It's been like 3 months since my last video, and I'm really sorry about the delay between, releasing content. But the reason for that was because I was in the last few months of my last job or employment. And yeah, I was away on a really long trip, and I was just sort of doing my handover and wrapping up that chapter of my life, which required all my attention and focus. And my intention with this channel and these videos are to be able, I don't want to be doing half-ass videos. I want to be able to give my full attention and focus and energy into the content that I'm creating. I don't want to, do a half-ass job just so that I'm releasing regular content. So I didn't feel like I had the time to really sit and focus and put something together that was, going to be my best, I suppose. So that's why there was a little bit of delay, but I've finished that job now, and I have a lot more time to focus on my channel, and we'll definitely be starting to release a lot more regular content. So coming back into these videos, I really wanted to talk about, this is something I've wanted to talk about for a while, but definitely now is the perfect time. So I really wanted to talk about something that, everything I talk about in my videos have changed my life, but this is something that hasn't just changed my life, it continues to change my life on a daily basis. And it has given me a lot more awareness of myself, and just basically given me a lot more awareness and in-depth understanding at any given point about what's going on with me, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever. And this information, I really want to share it because I'm really hoping that it will help connect the dots for a lot of people. Especially when it comes to having a lot of problems with your physical body or emotional self or mental self or spiritual self, and not knowing why, and not being able to get to the bottom of things, and not being able to solve things like reoccurring sickness and reoccurring illnesses. And I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but I'm hoping that the information that I can share today will help to empower other people like it's empowered me. And I hope that it will, just give quite a few people maybe some light bulb moments, and help them understand what's going on for themselves a little bit better. So in this video today, I really want to talk about chakras. So I want to talk about what chakras are and how they're impacting your life and yourself on a daily basis, and how you can use this information to better yourself and better your life. Maybe you've heard of chakras before, maybe you've never heard of chakras. And firstly, before I even get into any of this, I know that what I'm about to talk about sounds all like spiritual, hippie, woo-woo, very alternative. So before we even get into any of that, I just want everyone to know here, especially if you're somebody that is like a realist and you really love science and facts, I want you to know that everything I talk about in this video has scientific proof and scientific backing behind it. Like, I don't necessarily need all the science for stuff because I experience it and know it to be true within myself, but I still find it really fascinating that there's science behind everything I believe in, and I like to be educated and informed about that. So before I even get started, please know that every single thing that I talk about in this video today has scientific proof and backing. So we're going to talk about all that later. So I want to talk about chakras today. I want to talk about what chakras are and how they're impacting you. But before we talk about chakras specifically, first thing that we need to get our heads around is, we need to stop viewing ourselves as just this physical body, as just physical, something that you can see and physically touch. Because you are not just a physical body, you have an energy body that extends beyond your physical body. So again, scientifically proven, every single thing on this planet, including you, is made up of energy. Every single thing on this planet has a frequency and a vibration and an energetic field, literally everything, and that includes you. So you are not just a physical body. you also have an energy body that extends beyond your physical body. And this is often called like your aura, your energy field, your vibration, whatever. You might have heard the word aura. And, you know, I can guarantee you, even if you don't really believe in energy and stuff like that, you will have definitely had experiences with energy in your life. So we have this energy body, this energy field that extends beyond our physical body. And this is why often we talk about people like being in our space. Like, I don't know if you've had that experience where someone's not touching you, but you can like feel them in your bubble. It's like you can feel them there. Like maybe they come into the room, you haven't seen them, but you can like feel them. Or somebody's standing next to you and you just like feel them in your bubble and you're like, oh my God, like I know you're not physically touching me, but I like feel you. So, you know, that's a really good example of your energy field interacting with somebody else's energy field. You know, when people are in our space and in our bubble, sometimes it feels nice to have them in our bubble. But sometimes it doesn't feel so nice and it feels invasive, and it's like you literally can feel them. So that is just a clear example, and I think a very relatable example of how, you know, your energy field is very much real, and if you're aware enough and in tune enough, you can feel people interacting with it. You know, this is why we can also sense when people are upset or angry or happy or stressed out or mad at you or whatever, without them having to do anything or say anything. You might, you know, your energy field doesn't lie, and that's like why you might be talking to your friend who's trying to act happy, but you can feel from them that they're deeply sad or angry or stressed out, or that your partner's angry at you even though they're trying to pretend they're not. You know, you can feel that. Or like if you've gone into a room where an argument's taken place, like a couple or something, like a couple of friends, and you mightn't have been there to witness the argument, but you can like feel it in the air. Or like, this always happens to me, like when I go to cafes, like I might really want to eat somewhere and I go into the cafe and I'm like, no, actually I don't want to eat here. Don't like the feel of it. Or you go into a cafe and you're like, yeah, this feels good. Same when I go clothes shopping, like I'll go into, you know, a clothes store and then I just like go in and like just don't like the feel of it and then just like turn around and walk out. Or you go into a clothes store and you're like, yeah, this feels good. So these are all really common examples of you interacting with energy, other people's energy, and the energy of like the environments that you're in. You know, and I often talk to people about this sort of stuff, and there are people that, you know, don't believe in energy and they think my beliefs are very spiritual and out there and alternative, which is fine. But they're the same sort of people that will say, oh yeah, that person's got a good vibe, or that person's got a bad vibe, or this house is a good vibe, or that house is a bad vibe. If you've ever said those words in your entire life, good vibe or bad vibe, you're talking about energy. What does the word vibe even mean? The word vibe means vibration. So when you're talking about somebody having a good vibe or a bad vibe, or something having a good or bad vibe, you're talking about the vibration that you're sensing, which essentially is energy. So that's the first place to start when you want to understand chakras, is that you need to understand that you aren't just physical, that you have an electromagnetic field coursing through your body and that extends beyond your body, and this is called your energy field or your aura. And for optimum health and well-being, it is so important that you are not just taking care of this physical body, that you are taking care of your energy field. Because often what's happening in the physical body or in the mind or with the emotions, it's not often a physical cause. It could be a breakdown in the energetic field and within your chakra system that is manifesting in the physical body, because the two are so connected. So often if you're somebody that has ongoing health concerns, like maybe you get constant tonsillitis or constantly sick or constant lower back pain, or maybe you've got reproductive issues, or you have a history of miscarriages, or IBS, or, you know, digestional issues you can't get rid of, and like the doctors don't know what's wrong with you and they don't know how to help you, and it's just this reoccurring issues, or just, you know, if there's just stuff that you can't figure out why you've got this going on, more often than none, it's got nothing to do with the physical body. It's not got nothing to do with anything physical going on, but it's more energy related. And this is why I just feel compelled to share this information, is because people go through life a lot of the time feeling completely helpless and disempowered, and like it's up to somebody else to fix them, and there's like this war that's created between you and your body, or you and your mind, or you and your emotions, and it's like, yeah, I don't want this, but what's happening and I can't figure it out. So this is why I want to share this information, because it's changed my life on so many levels. So first things first, hope it's making sense so far. It's going to be another long video, I really hope that I might even do 2 parts to this video if it's too long, but please stay tuned, because I guarantee you at some point you're going to have a moment where you're like, holy fuck, that makes sense. That is me. Okay. Wow. All right. Guarantee that's going to happen at some point. So first things first is to understand that you are not just this physical body. You have this energy body that extends beyond the physical body. And within this energy body, there are 7 main points where this energy tends to gather. And that's what a chakra is. So a chakra is like an energy center in the body. It's like an energy hub. And you have 7 main chakras that run along the midline of your body. So starting from the base of your spine and finishing on the top of your head. You might have seen like those images of somebody sitting, kind of like when I'm sitting, with the rainbow dots up the center. So that's a diagram of the chakra placements. So the word chakra itself is Sanskrit, which is one of the oldest languages available, originating in India. And the word chakra literally translates to wheel or disc. So when you look at these chakras, or imagine these chakras, think of them as like a wheel or a disc. And the thing with our chakras is energy goes in, but also energy goes out. So they receive energy, these centers in our body, but they also give energy. And for optimum health and well-being, we want to be able to be receiving and giving energy through each. And so the energy should be flowing in and out of each chakra consistently. But each point in the body is connected to a different area of our life. So sometimes when something's going on in our life, it's like it can cause a blockage or stagnant energy, and it's like this wheel or disc stops spinning. And when it stops spinning and the energy is not moving freely or flowing, that can manifest and cause physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and other sorts of issues. So the idea when taking care of your chakras is to identify if there are any blockages in them, and focusing on clearing those blockages to result in increased well-being and health on all levels. So these energy centers in the body, again, there's science behind all of this, which I'll go through a little bit later. But we're really lucky now that we have science, for people that need it, to prove the energy system in the body, and to prove, and actually you can actually, like, there's tests that you can hook your body up to see the energy flow through the body, and to see if your chakras are in alignment and if they're healthy or not. But this is just ancient wisdom. Like, if you read through the oldest holistic healing systems like Ayurveda, or in Chinese medicine, acupressure, even in different religions, even in Christianity and Buddhism and all different religions, there are mentions of the chakra system. Depending on the culture or the location or country or religion or healing system, sometimes they have different words for things and different names for things, but essentially they were talking about the same system and the same thing. And so this isn't anything new, this is just ancient wisdom. And I feel like we're at a point in life now and in society now where it's like we're going back to our roots, and we are going back to a lot of this ancient information and knowledge that kind of was lost and forgotten as we evolved as a society and thought we knew better, and we kind of lost connection with a lot of that stuff. And now I feel like we're returning to that, because you know what? How we've been doing things just isn't fucking working. On a global scale, on a personal scale, it's not working. And so we're going back to a lot of the old ways of doing things and thinking things. So I just want to remind people that when we first existed as human beings on this planet, like thousands of years ago, even hundreds of years ago, we would have been a lot more strongly connected to our bodies and to ourselves and to this earth. So before technology, before science, before we had these crazy busy lifestyles, and before we had all these distractions, you know, I guess the goal of life was to survive. And in order to survive, we had to rely on nature, and we had to rely on our own intuition and our own connection with our bodies and things that were going on. So without all the distractions and the craziness of modern society, we would have been a lot more in tune and a lot more connected to what's going on within our bodies. So as I give you this information, you might say or think, you know, oh, I don't feel this energy center. Like, I can't feel anything through there, or like, that just seems so weird to me. I can't imagine it. I can't feel it. I can't picture it. Like, I was the same when I first started learning about all of this stuff. But the more that it becomes a focus of your life, and the more attuned you become with your own body and your own energy, and the more, yeah, I guess in tune you become with it, the more sensitive you become to these different energy centers, and you do get to a point where you can literally feel what I'm talking about, and you can feel changes in them, and you can feel blockages, and you can feel free-flowing energy, and you can feel when things are out of whack. So the more that you practice working with this energy system of your body, the more in tune and sensitive you become to it, where you can literally feel what's happening there. So before I keep going, I do want to give a bit of background of how I actually got into this stuff in the first place. So originally, I was a massage therapist, so I love working with the body anyway. And then I started working at a place that used a very holistic range of products and offered a very holistic range of treatments. And one of the treatments that we offered and that I was trained in was a chakra balancing treatment. So it was a treatment that focused on these energy centers, which I'm talking about. And we used a combination of massage, crystals, and essential oils to promote the energy flow through these points in the body. So I fell in love with this. Just immediately it resonated with me, and it just made so much sense to me and what had been going on in my life up until that point. And I started working for the company that created this treatment. So that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years, is working for this holistic spa therapy company. And I've spent the past 4 years traveling around Australia, Asia Pacific, the US, and other places, training people in how to do multiple treatments, but this chakra balancing treatment. So I've spent the past 4 years doing this, and it's become such a focus and center of my life. And over the past 4 years, I've worked with hundreds of therapists within this treatment, and I've trained hundreds of therapists in this treatment. I've done all the this theory knowledge, you know, with hundreds of people. I've seen and witnessed and facilitated and seen people have this treatment and have these clearings and have these balancing treatments, and I've seen the first-hand results of them. So after sharing this information with hundreds of people and seeing hundreds of people have this treatment done, and the accuracy and the transformation that people go through, and the awareness that they gain through this information, has been so inspiring and just fucking unreal, like absolutely unbelievable, to the point where it's like there is no doubt the experiences that I've had doing this training, doing these treatments, working with people in this way has been absolutely fucking unbelievable and phenomenal, and I just feel like everyone needs to know it. And myself, I've been through some transformative shit working, you know, with the body in this way. So that's kind of how I got into this world and came across this information and then started to apply it to my life, and it's become like a daily focus of mine, is taking care of my physical body but also taking care of my energy systems. Okay, so little recap. You are not just a physical body. You have an energy body that extends beyond this physical body. Within this energy body, there are 7 main points where the energy gathers, like a little energy hub. These are called your chakras, which run along the spine. So you want them to be bringing energy into the body and putting energy out back into the universe or the world. If they're not doing that, it can manifest and cause physical, emotional, mental concerns. So each chakra point, each energy center is connected to a different area of your life, connected more strongly to different emotions. It's also, they're each connected to physical organs and physical parts of the body. So when there's a breakdown in a chakra, it can often be detected in a related organ or system in the body. And yeah, so what I want to share in this video is I want to talk about each chakra and basically how it's going to relate to you in your life. And I just want, if you're watching this, hopefully some of the information I share can bring more awareness to why you're experiencing a lot of what you're experiencing potentially, and ways that you can maintain the health of your energy system to increase your well-being and maybe combat some of the negative or not so desirable things that are happening within your body or within your life at the moment. And I also just want to share this information too, because a lot of what's going on within our energy system and within these energy centers in the body can be preventing us from actually achieving what we want in our life. So if there are areas of your life that you just can't create change in, or that you desperately want to change but you just can't seem to, a lot of that may have to do with what's going on within your chakra system. Because whilst we might be in this present moment, a lot of the time our physical bodies and our energy bodies are living in the past. Within our energy system, we might be holding on to stuff that was created or put into the energy body fucking like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. And unless we clear it, it's just going to stay there and then cause grief in different ways. So it's not just current stuff that's happening that's influencing these chakras, but it's old stuff as well. And it's incredibly powerful when you really get into it. And yeah, I just think that this is probably some of the most amazing information that I'm so grateful to have come across and integrated into my life, because it has been the catalyst for so much transformation, so much change, and so much understanding. It's a lot deeper understanding of what's going on within myself and my body and my life at any given time. This video is pretty long already, so you know what? I might make a 2-part video. So I'm going to call this part 1, Introduction to Chakras. And then my next video, we're going to go through each chakra, what it's connected to, how it's related to your life, how you might know if you've got an imbalance, or how you might know if yours is healthy. And if there are imbalances in your energy system which is causing you grief, how you can kind of tackle that and focus on promoting energy flow today and yeah, moving forward in your life. So hopefully a lot of this information has made sense so far, and hopefully it's interested you in some way. And I hope that you're sitting here kind of wanting to know more about this. Yeah, so stay tuned for the second part of this video, where we'll delve very, 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 very deeply into this information, and hopefully yeah, what I share can empower you and change your life like it continues to change mine every single fucking day.